The emperor's mother is being bullied by a group of maids. Turns out, she sacrificed herself for her country and was reborn 60 years later. She suddenly awakens her memories from her past life, just as she's about to be forced into a water tank. But a legendary warrior empress would never stand for this. She immediately fights back. With just a few moves, she takes down everyone who was tormenting her. Then she restrains the ringleader maid for questioning. She asks what year it is. When she hears it's the 50th year of the Azure Dragon dynasty, she immediately recalls her son's childhood promise. Her son once said, if he ever became emperor, he would name the kingdom Azure Dragon, because his mother's signature technique was the 13 Azure Dragon moves. Thinking about this, she realizes her son actually became emperor. She quickly asks the maid how old the emperor is, but the scheming maid says the emperor is very old and seriously ill, because he missed her so deeply. Hearing that her son is sick, the woman is heartbroken. Just then, the crown prince walks over. Noticing he looks exactly like her late husband, she immediately figures out he's her grandson. So she speaks to him with the authority of an elder, ordering him to take her to see the emperor. This infuriates the crown prince, who is ready to punish her immediately. But a eunuch rushes over, saying the emperor is in critical condition. The worried crown prince forgets about the woman, and hurries back. That's when she remembers the crown prince has a troublemaker brother. She knows to see her son, she needs to find him first. To her surprise, the arrogant Prince Jing is having a maid balance an apple on her head for sword practice. Furious, she unties the maid, and tells the prince to apologize to the girl. The maid is shocked. Since when does a master apologize to a servant? She again demands he apologize using an elder's tone. Seeing he still refuses, the next second, Prince Jing gets kicked right in the face. Seeing a mere maid act so boldly, he angrily draws his sword to challenge her. But with just a wooden stick, she completely defeats him. After getting beaten, Prince Jing isn't angry at all. Instead, he becomes even more intrigued by her. But the emperor is heavily guarded. Even Prince Jing can't get her inside. Just as she's anxiously trying to figure out a way, the crown prince happens to walk out of the emperor's chambers. She again insists on seeing the emperor, but the crown prince refuses once more. In desperation, she recites a poem. Hearing her recite a poem only the emperor would know, he is completely stunned. He asks who she really is and how she knows this poem, but she knows her true identity is too unbelievable. No one would believe her except the emperor himself, so she doesn't tell him. The crown prince finally takes her into the chambers. Her son has become a white-haired old man. Tears immediately stream down her face. She softly calls out the emperor's childhood nickname. The crown prince finds this very strange. How does she even know his grandfather's nickname? He then gives her a gold medallion allowing free access to the palace. The next day, still not convinced, Prince Jing brings the palace's top fighter, challenging her to a duel. If she loses, she must marry him, but if she wins, he will call her great-grandmother from then on. To everyone's surprise, the palace's greatest fighter can't even last one move against her, and so Prince Jing has to call her great-grandmother. Over the next few days, she visits the emperor every day. One day, she hears that, before falling unconscious, the emperor kept wanting to hear a lullaby his mother sang to him, so she plans to sing it for him, but she runs into the crown prince's concubine who gives her a hard time. Since she spends every day with the crown prince at the emperor's chambers, the concubine has grown jealous, so she secretly gets her son to cause trouble, knocking down the emperor's treasured Azure Dragon spear, then blames the woman for it. The crown prince sees this and accuses the woman, but she tells the crown prince he has poor judgment and is unfit to be crown prince. Then she walks over to the emperor's side. The crown prince and his wife are completely overwhelmed by her presence, left completely speechless. The crown prince then tells his wife not to mess with her or face the consequences. If you were the crown prince, would you believe her? Let me know in the comments.